Hi Flosstube, it's Carol, Rosebud Stitcher, back for episode number 12. I want to welcome you all to my channel. It's about cross stitch and some other crafting, and I have many new subscribers since my last video, and I want to welcome all of you here. I'm sure it's due to the shout out from Laura and Brenda over at Brenda and the Cereal Starter, and from Bonnie at Log Cabin Stitcher. I just want to thank them both for giving me a little bit of a shout out, and how much I admire all three of them and their stitching and their sharing, and just wonderful people that they are. So welcome. And if you haven't already, I ask, if you'd like to subscribe, hit the bell for notifications when I do my videos, which is usually about every 2 weeks, typically on a Monday, but I'm coming to you a day early because I'm going to have my grandson for a little while tomorrow. So welcome. If you have any questions, be sure to leave a comment or reach out to me on email or Instagram, and I'll make sure I have those listed below. I try to answer all the comments, and if I've missed you, it's because I haven't seen it. So please, if you've left a comment or a question, please feel free to do so again if I haven't answered you. So welcome. I have quite a bit to share with you today, or some things to share. I've got some mail art, cross stitch mail art that I did several years ago. I thought I'd share a little bit of that with you. I have some fully finishing that I've done the past 2 weeks, my WIPS, my plans, and a little bit of a haul. So welcome again, and I hope you enjoy. So what I thought I'd share with you first, I was kind of straightening up my craft room the other day, and I came upon these, is something that I did several years ago. I took a class through our guild on mail art, and this class was taught by a wonderful needlewoman that we lost way too soon, CC Case, here in Indiana, and it was just a wonderful experience. And she taught us about cross-stitching an envelope and finishing it, and these were envelopes you could actually mail out. And then I got involved in a little bit of an exchange after that on a Yahoo group, so I thought I'd share. I actually have the one I did in the class. I did it and I mailed it to my grandmother. So it's actually put together just like an envelope. I stitched our names. I stitched this little thing and put a little charm on it. Put something on the back. We learned how to sew the fabric inside. So all of this was pretty much done by hand. So as you can see, it actually went through the mail. So that was one that I did. And then, like I said, I got involved with a mail exchange group. I'm pretty sure it was through Yahoo, one of the Yahoo groups at the time. So I thought I'd share some of those that I received in the mail. This was like a Christmas exchange. And you see she stitched that. And she stitched all of this and had this. And this one actually came from Malaysia. And this one came from Malaysia also. This beautiful urn and flowers. And hers she did with a little button. Open that up so you can see the inside. Just some fabric and then usually a card or something tucked in there. This one came from New Mexico. All the beautiful stitching. This one came from Finland with kitty cat and some little paw prints across the back, and she did hers with some banding. And here's another one that I got from Malaysia. And then the back. So it was fun to do. Like I said, I did this, it was several years ago because I know, in fact, my son was still in college, and I remember stitching on one of them when we were on on our way to one of his football games one Saturday. So it was a lot of fun. So at fully finishing. So my sewing machine has been humming along again, and I did some other finishing. But first I thought I'd share with you some crochet finishing. My youngest granddaughter turns 2 on Wednesday, March 3rd, and she loves her little doll that Nana and Papa got her for Christmas, so I got her some little doll accessories to go with it, a little carrier thing, but it didn't have a baby blanket, so Nana crocheted up a quick little baby blanket for her baby. So this was, fun to stitch. Just one ball of yarn and then some extra yarn I had in place for the edging. So she'll be a happy little girl next Saturday, hopefully, with her baby doll stuff. And then the next thing I finished up, this is an old Stacy Nash. I think it was from the 2016 market, and I don't see it on her Etsy shop. I kind of think it was a limited edition, but it was the Adam and Eve Farm sewing tray. And we got all the things to finish it. This lovely tray. We got the cardboard and the batting to finish it up. And then I went over it with walnut crystals. First time using it. I got a little heavy-handed up here, but I think that's okay. Kind of gives it a worn look. But it's Farmer Adam and Eve. So, like I said, it was Stacy Nash. And I don't believe it's available. I did peek on her Etsy site because someone asked about it, but I didn't see it. So another thing, I got into my box of old works, finished objects that I did, and I finished up one of the little cat things I'd done years earlier. I did another little flange pillow with some fun kitty print. Official Crazy Cat Lady. So that I bought a nice little basket, and I've started a basket to put all my kitty cat finishes in. So that'll be going in there. And while I was perusing through my basket, or it's not even a basket, it's a drawer, in a plastic drawer, I had found some Easter things that I had stitched up many years ago. So I got those fully finished this week to put in with my Easter decoration. And the first one is this. I believe this was a Seekis, from the Seekis company many years ago. And it is done on some higher count Aida, but it's all different stitches in watercolors. I got some little Easter eggs. And I did another little flange pillow with some bunny print in purple to kind of bring those colors out. So that was fun. And then I just had this little Easter bunny, this big wooden Easter egg that I had gotten many years ago. So just a little Easter pillow to tuck in the bowl. So, and I usually, do the opening and then just a felt heart that I just kind of rough cut to kind of, have my personal touch to it. So that's what I finished this week. Still have many more to go, and I've kind of got a routine set up, so hopefully I'll be showing you some more finishes along the way. So what have I been stitching on? So the last time we met, I told you I was working on my Hawk Run Hollow farm that I'm doing in memory for my dad, and I got the next block finished. And see if I can get this up closer here. So I personalized this block again, and it actually says Creek Fishing Friday. And the reason I put that in there, on my grandparents' farm, way in the back, there was a creek. And it was something my dad and his brothers would go wading in and fishing and all kinds of things in. And after the rest of us got old enough, the grandkids, we all went wading in there, and it was fun. And to tell a little story, I remember one day I was down there with my cousins with my Barbie dolls, and my favorite Barbie doll floated away. So I was pretty upset about that, And the next day, my dad's two older brothers had gone down to the creek, as we called it, or crick, as my cousins say, I used to say. And they were um, just down there messing around, kind of thing. And they come walking up, and we were out playing in the yard at my grandparents'. And lo and behold, in the back pocket of my uncle was my Barbie doll. He had found it for me, so that was pretty special. So memory I always have. Now the farm is gone and there's a beautiful hospital sitting on it, and but it's still good memories. So that's why it says Creek Fishing Friday. And then down here, there was 3 people in here, so I personalized it. I put my name, Carol. I'm the oldest. And then this little guy over here is baby Keith, as we always called him. He only lived for a day, but he was still my brother. And then my youngest brother, Kevin. So we're all personalized, fishing down there at our grandparents' creek. So then I got started on block number 10. So that leaves me 2 more blocks to do after I finish block number 10. So, and I didn't get very far, but I did get some tops of the carrot tops. I have to admit that when I was stitching this, I kind of had a thought to go back to stitching in hand. Several years ago, this tells you how far back it was. My children were in elementary school. I used to do some model stitching for Stony Creek, and I stitched in hand at that time to get it done, and to be able to sew quicker, the sewing method. And I did it for I think I worked for them for about 1.5 years, 2 years, and so all that time I did it in hand. And then after that, after I stopped doing that, I got back into using hoops and Q-snaps and frames. And a couple years ago, I tried hand stitching again on my And They Send piece, which is probably not the one to have tried it on, after not doing it for several years. But I did try, and I'm like, oh, nope, I'm going back, Q-snap, frame. And the other day, I thought, oh, I'm going to try it. And I did. So halfway through the week when I was working on that, I did, try it. And I have to say I'm enjoying it. I'm getting more stitches in as I go along. So I'm back to in-hand stitching. So we'll see how long if that lasts. But I mean, it's getting more and more comfortable each day. So I don't know that I'll switch back at least for now. So this past week, what I worked on was my square dances. Now, if you remember, I had completed January, little snowman, and I was a little over halfway through February, so I got February completed. I got March completed. I got Sweet April completed, all those fun little carrots. I got May stitched up. I got June completed. I got July. I got August done. And I got started on September last night. So I'm pretty happy with the progress I got on those. And I think what I'm going to do is keep this kind of front and center. And as I complete, if I have a chance, pull that back out. And I thought I'd share with plans, I thought I'd kind of share more of my rotation that I work on, since I have so many new subscribers. So to some of this may be repetitive, and I apologize to that, but I wanted to kind of update my new subscribers that I have had so many of in the past 2 weeks. So what I do, prior to June of last year, I worked outside of the home. Monday through Friday, my last 5 years, I was a CFO at a credit union. So the bulk of my stitch, I did stitch almost every evening. Bulk of my stitching was on the weekends. So typically what I would do is on Sunday, prior to that, I'd switch projects and work. I would work from things from Sunday to Saturday. So I have continued doing that since I've retired. I just feel that's, for me, I see a lot of progress on when I do that, and so that's what I do. But how I've set up my rotation is I have right now about 20 WIPs going. So what I do is the first Sunday of the month, I will start a new project. I started this back in 2019, and I usually start like a bigger project. I do like bigger projects for the most part, even though I have lots of small projects able to go. So usually the first Sunday I will start a new project, unless I haven't finished the project from the previous year's first Sunday. So if I haven't, I go back and I pull that out, and that's what I work on that week. If I have, then I've got a basket of projects I want to do this year. I pull from one of those. The second Sunday, this year I incorporated having like a focus piece. And my focus piece right now is my Farms of Hawthorne Hollow. I'm doing that as a memorial piece for my dad. And in July, it'll be the 3rd anniversary of his passing, and I really, really want to have it done, and I think I'm going to, so I'm looking forward to that. The third Sunday, what I do is I go to my WIPS, and I have kind of switched up a happy planner based, and what I have in here is I have a section for my WIPS, and they're all in chronological order of starting them, and I have a sheet for each one. I've been keeping track of the minutes in the hours the minutes I stitch on it, and how many stitches. I do count my stitches every evening. So on the third Sunday, what I do is I go in and I pull the next project that I should be working on. So that last Sunday was my square dance. I had started it 2 years ago on a road trip, and I had pulled it out a couple times for gatherings, and then it had foundered and just laid still. So this was the first week I fully really worked on it. So as you can see, last night I went in and I put how many minutes and how many stitches I had put in there. So the third Sunday of March, well, March is going to be a little bit different. The second Sunday of March, I'm going to go to the next one, and the third Sunday, I'm going to work on my farm piece, because that'll be my dad's 80th birthday would have been March 27th. So the second Sunday, I will go to my next project, which will be Rose Quaker, that I started the first Sunday of June a couple years ago. So that's how I work my third week. The fourth Sunday, what I have been doing is doing a new start, but doing smaller things that I can get done in approximately a week or a week and a half. In the project I'm working on right now, I've been getting done in less than a week, and I'll share that with you shortly. So what I thought is, if I finish that, I'll pull out my square dance, and because I'd really like to get that done this year. So hopefully over the next 2 months I can finish up September, October, November, and December. Now if there's a fifth Sunday, I go back to my little planner, and I just I go to the next projects in the chronological order. So today's the 4th Sunday of February, so what am I going to be starting? I'm working on that this week, and my plans for the next 2 weeks. So today, after I finish up, I'm going to be pulling out the Welcome Summer from the Drawn Thread. I've completed Welcome Winter and Welcome Spring. Like I said, these are not taking me too terribly long, usually 5 days or so, maybe less, just depending on the week. So if I finish this up, before next Saturday night, I'm going to pull my square dance out. And then the following week will be the first Sunday of March. And I've completed my project that I had for first Sunday of March, so I get to start a new project. And I will be starting this shepherd's bush stocking, Robert stocking, and this is number 6 of shepherd's book stocking. This is the 4th time I've done this one. My son has 4 boys, so they're all going to have the same. My daughter has 2 little girls, so they both have the same. So I'm going to get started on my youngest grandson's shepherd's bush stocking next Sunday. So, and then this will probably become my focus piece after I finish up my farm, so that I can get them all done. And then I'm going to finish them all at the same time. And I'm hoping that come then, that this Christmas they'll all be out. So then the next Sunday, like I said, would have normally been my farm, but I'm going to switch it up this month, and we will hopefully be back that week. But just to kind of share with you what I'll be working on that week is something I started a couple of years ago. The Rose Quaker. My middle name is Rose, so I started this. And I've got page 1 done. I'm actually doing this over 1 in the called for colors. And I do have page 1 completed. The only thing I'm switching up is my initials actually are right in a row, K, R, and J. So I'm changing the colors of those 3, making them stand out a little bit. So that's what I'll be working on in 2 weeks. And like I said, I'll probably be back together with you in 2 weeks. So those are my plans that I have. So let me just kind of move this out of the way and pull some other things over here. Wanted to share with you, I got this lovely card from Daylene. I'm so grateful. If you're not watching her, I would tune in. She always lifts your spirits, and she's got an adorable new little puppy. But I just wanted to share this with you. She made me this cool, really neat card, and what it is, this is a picture of something that she stitched, and all she did was take a photo of it, printed it out, and placed it on cardstock, and then, made me a little card that she sent me in the mail. So I thought that was really great and a way to kind of share our stitching. So that was lovely. And another thing I worked on this week, or this past 2 weeks, was I kitted up an item. I shared this with you a couple weeks ago when I bought it. I make Christmas ornaments for my children and my grandchildren and my children-in-law. So I found this from Lila's Studios a while back, and I am going to be doing 2 of these a year. One will be I'm actually doing 4, but it's 2 patterns. So I'm going to make 2 of this one and 2 of this one, and then 1 will go to each of the households. So I got that kitted up, and on the called for colors, and all of these colors are in all of them. So I just got that all kitted up and ready to go so that I can get started on my ornaments. So another thing I got this past week is, I am not the biggest Rae Dunn fan, but there are pieces that I like, and I always go and look to see. I have one of her coffee mugs that I got for Christmas, and it's a pink one that says Nana, because that's what the grandkids call me, and pink's my favorite color. And I was out Christmas shopping with my daughter and daughter-in-law, and I said, we were in Home Goods, and I was looking for it, and they're like, "What are you looking for?" And I told them, well, my daughter found it someplace, and that was what I got for Christmas. But I do go and look, and I found this cute little thing. It's a little berries basket, and I thought that would be so cute. I've got several berry patterns, but I thought that would be really cute to hold them in. So that was my Rae Dunn find this week. Let's see, I got a few more freebie patterns. The Pinkering Pumpkin Quilting, they have a cute little St. Patty's stamp. Hands Across the Sea on their blog. Nicola, for her birthday, did a beautiful freebie. And then I'm sure a lot of you have seen this whilst Iris Knapp's Designs gave out these two, gave a freebie on her website. So I thought those were really cute for Easter. So haul. So I got a couple of things here. And this is, I was talking to Kim of the Contented Stitcher, and she has a lovely Flosstube too. Also, she's an amazing stitcher, does amazing finishes. And I commented to her on one of her pieces, not this video she just did the other day that I haven't had a chance to watch, but the video before that, she was on by her buffet, and she had a piece there that I said, oh, I've always admired and wanted to do that. I've saw Vanna stitch it, and I said, your piece looks so lovely there. And she goes, just, you need to get it, Carol, and stitch it. So the next couple days later, I was at Hobby Lobby, and we all know supposedly their 40% coupon is going away, and they had it. So I went ahead and picked it up. So I just thought that was a beautiful piece. So it's all kitted up. So that will go into my plans one day. I'm not sure when I'll start this one, but I have it and was able to use a coupon. So lovely, lovely piece. So my other purchases, and I have to say I must be in Lenten mood and kind of in depth in a Bible study that is really kind of changing my heart and head. And so I, most of my haul this week has some spiritual undertones, but that's okay. This is Plum Street Samplers, Still Waters, and I'm sorry, it's kind of thing, but I saw this on Carol Talk About Stitcher, and I'd never seen it before. It's this kind of this 23rd Psalm, her interpretation of it, and I'm sure a lot of you have seen this one. Let's get this out easily. Lucy beams, though he seemeth sleeping. Just lovely piece. And then these just came the other day by the Bay Needle Art. Many months ago, prior to Christmas, she had shown a sneak peek of this project that she was working on, and I could not wait for it to get on her Etsy shop. In fact, I've been kind of stalking it every couple of weeks looking to see if it was on there because I just thought it was beautiful. And it is the 23rd Psalm in Quaker style. So she's got it all printed out, in motifs and, this beautiful picture scene. Now she has it done two ways. She has it this way, and then she also has a horizontal thing. So, but it's nice. It's very pretty, and most of her charts are DMC, or all the ones that I've purchased are DMC. So I purchased that one, and then since no chart can travel alone, I also picked up this one in my father's house. I just thought that was lovely, and a beautiful big house and some sheep, and it's a lovely little piece. So that's my haul for the week. 2 weeks. Well, other than a little bit of floss to kit up some other things that I'm working on kitting up. So I've shown you my fully finishes, no finishes. That doesn't always happen for me because, like I said, I have the bigger projects and the way I work on my rotation. Gone over my plans and my kind of my planner that I set up and my haul. So I just wanted to, I think I'll wrap things up. All of you down in Texas, I hope and pray every day that things are getting down better for you down there. I can't imagine. Here in Northwest Indiana, we're used to snow, we're used to ice, and we got hit too with the same storm that pulled through you guys, but I just can't imagine not having to go through that and not be used to it. So my thoughts and prayers are with you and all of you out there. And so until we meet again, my friends, may you be blessed with stitches. Bye bye.